In this video, I'm going to do probably the most weird recreation of the design I once saw on Snapchat, and then my memory transformed it into something else. That's why it probably didn't work the way I expected to, but the outcome was still great. So if you're wondering what it is, keep watching. Hi, I'm Anastasia. One day I was simply surfing through Snapchat and there was a reaction video. There was a lady reacting to random nail art videos. And one of the videos just caught my attention. They were doing extensions using these iridescent threads. And I was like, oh my god, I have these threads. I ordered them quite a while ago and never really used because I just didn't have any ideas on how to use them. But this design looked very pretty, so I thought I will recreate it. But in Snapchat, you can't really save a video, so I just memorized it. And memories, over time, they tend to fade, transform, and change into something else. Have you ever heard that there is actually such thing called false memories? So this is what my memory did to me, and over time, for some reason, I thought that these iridescent threads were used instead of fiberglass. And I thought, this is quite a great idea. I mean, when you do fiberglass, it's transparent, but if you will use something with a glitter, it's probably going to work even better. So this is what I'm going to try today on my model. Coming up. This is my model's hand, and she is always willing to support any crazy ideas that come to my mind, so today we are going to try one of them. But first we are going to start with the prep. I will be using hard gel, and for hard gel the prep is rather standard. First we apply dehydrator and non-acid primer on the entire nail bed, and then we apply a thin coat of the base coat. I prefer using the Sock-Off 1 by Cupa, and then I cure it in LED for 30 seconds. The technique I'm about to use is very similar to fiberglass, so I decided to pick a medium consistency gel because I think it's going to work better. Anyway, after curing, I apply base coat on top of the nail again, so there's another layer that I cured before, and then I apply another one and start applying these iridescent threads. And this is very similar to the fiberglass, but unlike fiberglass, these guys are very hard and not flexible at all. Also, they don't really want to stay like parallel to each other. So this is quite a struggle, and at this point I realized, oh my god, this design is going to take a while. I also started wondering why on earth I didn't try this with the dual forms. I mean, you take the dual form, then you place all these threads right there inside, and you do not need to worry about them moving. But I was determined to try exactly what I've seen in the video. And also I wanted to do a stiletto shape. So I cured the nail and then I connect them into one dot, and then I'm going to apply the gel on top, and they are going to form a beautiful clear iridescent stiletto shape. The problem was that these threads, they didn't really want to stay in place, so every time I touch them even a little bit with the brush, they start moving. Also, as you can see, even though I added a lot, there's still a distance between them, and the gel that I'm using is rather thick, but it's still trying to fall like between them, which makes this kind of application extremely uncomfortable. But I'm not the one who's going to give up once we see the first problems, so we will just keep going, no matter how many layers it is going to take. As you can see, I'm holding the tip of the nail with another finger on my left hand, and then I realized I can't let go a client's hand because it is going to move and the nail is going to fall down, so my model had to assist me and hold this lamp on top of her. Well, now we kind of have something, even though the shape is still weird, and I'm going to apply more gel because we need apex and so on. Also, I decided to not cut off the rest of these iridescent threads on the free edge because we are going to do something maybe like a fish or a mermaid tail. Applying clear gel to an uneven surface is extremely uncomfortable, and also I feel like we're still missing the sidewalls, even though I try to do my best to fill them up. But now we still need to build the structure. We need to build the apex. We need to add more product in the center. So it is going to look like a stiletto, and hopefully it is also going to last. And still, that's not enough. We need one more layer because the nail still looks flat. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I apply another layer of clear gel, then I take more gel and apply it right in the center, and really hope that this one is going to be the last. Well, for now it kind of does look like a stiletto, so maybe this method worked. As you can probably tell, this took like forever, so I decided to try a different approach on another nails because obviously no one's interested to spend a week doing the entire set. So I simply fit the form, applied a little clear gel, and then I applied these threads on top of the gel, and wow, it's so much better and faster and of course easier. So then I cure it, take off the form, and now all we need to do is to seal it with the gel. But also I decided that it's kind of boring having only threads on top of the nail, so I decided to add some glitter to hide the outgrown part of the nail, and also we always need more sparkles, right? Once you have a form, it's like a platform underneath, and it's so much easier because you can just direct them in any direction that you want. You also have a gel underneath, which kind of keeps them in the same place. So now this is much easier. This design still takes a while, but it's much faster this way. So yes, form is absolute must-have for this design. And also I think with the dual forms, this design is going to look great. Technically, it is a simple inlay design. We just do a foundation with a clear gel first, then we add this iridescent strings and some glitter on top, and then we encapsulate it all with a clear gel. Then I cure them all and take off the sticky layer. And this part is very important, even though it's pretty easy. Once you clean the sticky layer off, you need to rub it down towards the free edge. Do not do this towards the cuticle, because this way you may end up having a tacky layer towards the skin of the client. And this is what we need to avoid: skin contact. And of course, you need to wear gloves at all time, every time you do it. So even if you accidentally touch it, nothing's going to happen. And I'm really worried about filing and shaping this one, because the thumb is super sticky and uneven. So I think it's going to take a while. I'm not really worried for the rest of the nails, because most of the shaping that we need to do is to do the sidewalls.
Oh, if only I could build a time machine, I'd come and get you. I can't forget you. I miss you. I miss you.
I was worried for a reason, because it took me about 10 minutes to file and shape 4 nails, and then it's probably going to take me another 30 minutes to file and shape this one, because oh my goodness, it is so thick and so uneven. And also I'm a little worried I'm going to file off these things we have on a free edge, because I'm really determined to keep them. So I switched to the e-file, and now using a carbide bit with a green abrasive mark to file the sidewalls. You guys, I'm so not used to spending so much time and energy on filing and shaping, because if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I always try to do the application, so I will have to eliminate the filing almost completely. Like, I still do some filing and shaping, but not too much. But with this nail, I have to do a lot, and this reminds me of the times when I started doing nails and I was working just like that. So my advice for all the beginners, if you're still struggling with the perfect application, if you spend more than 15 minutes on filing and shaping, then you need to practice more on the application. Maybe take some additional class or simply practice on yourself, on your friends, on a plastic hand. Because once you master the application, the filing will be super simple, easy and fast. And I'm almost done with this guy. By the way, I used 180 grit file, and finally we are going to seal the nails with a top coat and see what they look like. They actually look like icicles, and I kind of like the outcome. Alright, at least they're not terrible. They look like a glass nails with some kind of lights inside. When I finally finished the design, I took some time to search and found the original video, and I was like, oh whoa, they never really went through the same struggle that I just did. They didn't use these threads instead of the fiberglass. They used it in addition to forms, which was way easier, and the result was much better. So I don't really know what it was, the recreation of some design I've seen once and then my memory just changed it. It was still fun, and I kind of loved this stiletto nail with these threads on the free edge. And by the way, my model spent around 3 days with this nail like this. She said it was kind of fun but very uncomfortable, so then we just simply trimmed them, and I think it was quite an experience. However, I like the outcome on the rest of the nails. These threads inside of the clear product looks pretty cool. Let me guys know, what do you think, and have you ever had this kind of experience when you saw something or something? Let me know guys, what do you think, and have you ever had a similar experiences when you heard or saw something, not necessarily nail art design, just anything, and then somehow your memory transformed it into something else? I would love to hear your stories. Thank you for watching. If you're first time here on my channel, please subscribe, because I noticed that the majority of my viewers are not subscribed to this channel, and this is super important to me. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Goodbye!